That fourth down catch he made on the sideline, where he literally with one hand clung to it out and ripped it out of the cornerback's hand. It might have been the best catch I've ever seen in my life.
It's up there with Odell Beckham Jr. On the
it was
sideline.
It was almost like they kind of had similar I would love to see a side by side.
Those LSU guys are
I know
the
catch radius, the catch point shit is just unbelievable.
And in terms of like the implications for a team, it's more than the OBJ catch because the Giants lost that game on Thursday.
Oh yes, in terms of actual
football.
like context, yeah, like season context, yeah, because I think maybe that's partially the reason is just the stakes being what they were. Like, you're going up against essentially one of if not the best team in the AFC in terms of talent. You go to 8-1, like you're kind of controlling your destiny. Potentially, maybe if the things continue to go well in the second half of the season, retaining home field advantage in the playoffs. Like for him on a fourth down to keep the drive alive, like it was just an unbelievable show of everything. Smarts, effort, reflexes, coordination, like separation. It was just like I was I was gobsmacked watching it.
Yeah, and that is why I'm making this case for MVP for Justin Jefferson.
Cuz if
Hold on, let me just make my case.
No, please do.
So, he had 10 catches for 193 yards in that game.
Oh my God.
He has over 1,000 receiving yards at this point in the year.
It's week 10.
Yeah, so him and Tyreek Hill are at the head of the pack here. And an NFL wide receiver has never won MVP. Now, Randy Moss in 98, I know that he had 4 votes for MVP, same team when he was in, I believe that, no, yeah, he was on 98, he was on the Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so that and then I know last year Cooper Kupp got 1 vote, but and Jerry Rice has gotten some votes in his career, but like no one ever seriously has at the receiver position gotten close to MVP. Running backs have won MVP a bunch of times. If a running back can win MVP, and I know in the past, like the version of the NFL before it became much more focused on the quarterback and the passing game, having a running back win MVP makes sense. I understand. Then let's adjust. This should not just be the quarterback award. He should be at the top of the list for MVP right now. I mean, the Vikings are 8-1, right? 8-1 or 7-1?
They're 8-1.
8-1. I mean, they have been completely carried by Justin Jefferson, and I haven't seen a performance by a receiver elevate an entire team since that year that the Giants went to the Super Bowl with Odell Beckham Jr. And did I say Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I meant the playoffs.
Oh, okay, got it.
Sorry. Jesus. Yeah, no, I misspoke there. So anyway, the what I meant was the season that they went to the playoffs and were 1-and-done in the boat game. But yeah, it should be Justin Jefferson at the very least being considered because Lamar Jackson's kind of fallen off a little bit. He does not have the weapons that other teams do. So yeah, that's my feeling on this. I don't know how you feel about it.
Well, the other thing is it's this is also one of those years where it's like the usual suspects are good, but it's also not as if this is like a year where there are like even I would say 5 quarterbacks you could debate. I think it's like 2.
Yeah.
Like I think it's Mahomes and Allen, and then a very wide drop because Rodgers played well on Sunday, but he's not playing. He hasn't been playing.
He threw 20 passes.
Yeah, it's like it's not as if it's enough to be like, oh my God, he's back. Brady has not looked that good. These are 2 guys who, Rodgers having won 2 MVPs in a row, and Brady leading the league in passing last year. They're not factors there. Stafford's not playing well. Burrow hasn't played well consistently. Herbert's not playing well.
I mean, Burrow, yeah, the scheme, and both Burrow and Herbert are
suffering from their circumstances.
Their schemes,
certainly,
yeah.
But it just is. I think it would make less sense if I was like, there are 5 guys who are really playing well at quarterback, like to even be in the 3A, 4A, conversation. The only person I would even consider beyond the two others I only even consider beyond that, and I really wouldn't consider them, is like Jalen Hurts and Tua, maybe. Like in terms of like, team success. They've been playing way better.
That's the thing. I mean,
it's a stretch
team
though.
Success.
It's a stretch though to even put them in there.
The MVP vote is not for like the quarterback on the best team, guys. It's about the player who's doing the most for their team. And both Tua and Jalen Hurts are not doing the most for their team. I'm sorry.
And that's also why I wouldn't even say
Lamar is carrying that team.
Yeah, and like you could even put
Josh
Lamar
Allen
for the first 4 weeks in there.
is carrying his team.
Yeah.
Only these are I still think Lamar could have like a really good resurgence towards the end of the year.
There's a lot of time left.
But
because of that, all that being said, that's why I think Jefferson actually has a case, because this team is overperforming. He's very much far and away the best player on this team. This team would be far, far less explosive and far less dynamic if he wasn't there. Like, imagine that team if it's Kirk Cousins, Adam Thielen, TJ Hawkinson, and KJ Osborne.
I doubt they would have made the trade for TJ Hawkinson at that point, because then the season would have been a little bit like
if pre-trade, if it was without Jefferson, it's Dalvin Cook, Kirk Cousins, Thielen, and KJ Osborne, basically, as like the offensive core and their offensive line, which has been definitely improving, but not like top tier. I'd say they're starting some younger guys. Like, I wouldn't look at that team and be like, they can make a run into the postseason.
No.
Justin Jefferson is the reason they are where they are. And that Kirk can basically, when he has protection, make his reads properly and get balls into the vicinity of Jefferson's hands.
Yeah.
Because he can catch it essentially anywhere.
Anywhere. Just throw it to him. So now here I'm going to say my 5 MVP favorites right now.
Oh, yes, please. Because I just said 5 is like an arbitrary.
No, but just Allen, Mahomes, I still put Lamar up there. Maybe that's irrational, but I feel like he's.
I think it's still possible.
If he can valuable to that team.
If there can be some real resurgence and he starts playing like really amazing football like he was playing in the first 3 weeks, and especially like you said, given like talent disparity, given option disparity between for example the Chiefs or the Dolphins,
and then I would say Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's definitely fair.